Hello viewers, my name is Betera. Welcome to the Bible study series spoken by Daniel the prophet. Spoken by Daniel the prophet on Matthew 24 verse 15. Jesu akasvika pakuudza vadzidzi vake zvavaifanira kuexpecta before the end of this world. Apedza kutsanangura zvimwe zvese akati, for more information, I am referring you to the book of Daniel, and that Daniel is a prophet. So we want to look into the book of Daniel. What exactly Jesus wanted us to gather or get from that book. But the clue is there in Matthew 24 verse 15, that we are to look for what is called the abomination of desolation. Saka zvinobva zvanetsa manje kuti uchisvika mubhuku raDaniel wotangira papi kuti utsvage varayiro. The best way to study the Bible is just to read the texts there. So we are going to start on Daniel 1 verse 1. Daniel 1 verse 1. In the third year of the reign of Joachim, king of Judah, King Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, unto Jerusalem and besieged it. There is mention here of two names and two kings. There is mention of Judah. There is mention of Babylon. Who was king to Judah? It's Joachim. Who was king to Babylon? It is Nebuchadnezzar. So it's Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, coming to Judah during the days of King Joachim. Maybe let's retrace back to try to gather the little information that can be helpful as we study the book of Daniel. Who is Judah? Who is Babylon? Long back, after the flood, the days of Noah, as people began to repopulate this world, you know, from Noah, to him were born 3 sons, Japheth, Shem, and Ham. To Ham were born 4 sons. The other, one of those sons was Cush. And Cush, to him was born another son by the name Nimrod. So Nimrod was a great-grandson to Noah. Let's do it again. After the flood, we are starting with Noah. Noah ndo vaita vanakomana 3. Ndo pana Japheth, ndo pana Shem, ndo pana Ham. Now Ham mukomana mduku akaita vana wake vakomana 4. Pavakomana 4 ipapo ndo pana Cush. This is Daniel, this is Genesis chapter 10. Ndo pane mwana Cush, mwana wa Ham. Cush yeye akaita mwana wakainzi Nimrod. If we now read from Genesis chapter 10, we read verse 9 and 10. Genesis 10, verse 9 and 10, we hear more about this Nimrod guy. Verse 9, he was a mighty hunter before the Lord, wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and Erech, and Akkad, and Calneh in the land of Shinar. Out of the land he went forth to Assyria, and built Nineveh, and the seat of Rehoboth, and Calah. So Nimrod was a mighty hunter. He is the founder of Babel. He is the founder of Babylon. He is also the founder of Assyria. This is Babylon. Now let's look at Judah. Judah, we start with the great-grandfather Abraham. Abraham aigara same territory nana Nimrod ku Babylon. You of the Chaldeans. Doko aigara Mwari akamudedza. Genesis chapter 12. I want to make you a mighty nation through your seed. Ndobva abereka Isaac. Isaac akabereka Jacob. By the river Jabbok, Jacob wrestled with the Lord, and his name was changed to Israel. Later his 12 sons were termed Israel. Later vana the 12 sons were termed Israel. Then they came back from Egypt and occupied Canaan. Then we can go through the days of King David. Then Solomon divided. Soon after King Solomon, the nation of the Israelites was divided into 2. The 10 tribes, they assumed the name of Israel. Then the tribe of Judah and Benjamin, they were termed Judah. Are we moving together? Ndokutanga kwakaita vekwa Judah. Vakasara vari Benjamin na Judah vakatora zita rekuti Judah. 2 Kings chapter 17. Vaya 12 tribes dziri kunzi Israel, they went into captivity in Assyria. But please remember, Assyria was founded by Nimrod. So the nation ekwa Israel ndobva yaenda into captivity. Then the nation ekwa Judah continued, even through to the days of Hezekiah. Abereka Manasseh. abereka Amon, pakaberekwa Josiah, ndo pazotonga Joakim, ndo pazouya Joakim wataverenga pana Daniel 1 verse 1. So it's more like a great controversy. When we started back patrikona Nimrod nepatapetsira tave, it seems God was trying to remove people from the land of Nimrod, Babylon and Assyria. But again the devil is trying to besiege and bring people back to the land of Nimrod, which is Assyria and Babylon. The Israelites already had been taken into captivity. 2 Kings 17. They were already in captivity in Assyria. Now Nebuchadnezzar had come for the land of Judah. And during those days, Joachim was the king. Spoken by Daniel the prophet. Join us again in the next episode.